What is going on, guys? My name is Drags. Welcome back to the channel today for some more Call of Duty World War II. But instead of just Call of Duty World War II, I'm going to talk to you guys about where I think Call of Duty went wrong when it comes to the whole series of games that they've come out with and everything. And I think the games have always been good. People don't always receive the games well, but Advanced Warfare was probably the worst Call of Duty in my eyes, besides Ghost. Ghost was the worst, but where they really messed up is by releasing a game every single year, because you see all these other franchises releasing games every 2 to 3 years, and Grand Theft Auto hasn't released a game in like 4 years or something like that. And their game still has millions of players playing every single day with plenty of people like playing the game actively all the time, literally all the time. And that the thing with Call of Duty is there's not longevity in it. They produce a game every year, a kind of I wouldn't say cheap game, but like there's no longevity in it, because you like most people cannot enjoy Call of Duty for more than a year. Some people it's hard for them to even enjoy it for a year. What they should have done is whenever they dropped Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they should have waited 2 to 3 years before releasing the next Call of Duty. But while you're waiting to release the next Call of Duty, you add content, free content. You also have things you can buy as well, because obviously you have to make a little bit more money off the game. You have things you can buy as well. They should put things you could buy, and there should be other free content such as weapons and maps and camos and things like that. Things that are free that you can get, but they should also have content that you could also buy, so obviously they can make some more money as well. Because that's all these franchises seem to care about anymore is money. I'd say Rockstar Games does a great job. Grand Theft Auto, they release free content all the time, and everybody has a lot of fun on that game. And I don't play it, but millions of people can't be wrong. I understand it's a good game. I played it on PlayStation 3, but other than that, I haven't really played it much since then. But those games like that have longevity. With Call of Duty, if say I play this game for 2 to 3 years, there's no way that I could do that. Like my body would just get so tired of this game. And that's not because it's a bad game, but it's because the way the game is structured to be. It's not structured to have longevity because they want you to buy the new game the next year, instead of them waiting 2 to 3 years to release every Call of Duty. They should release a Call of Duty at least every 2 to 3 years instead of every single year, because now they're starting to run out of ideas, they're running out of ways to innovate in the game and make the game better and enjoyable and actually upgrade it from the last game. Like, this year was literally a step back in my eyes. This year was a step back. Yeah, World War II, it's a fun setting, I guess you could say, for multiplayer, but for zombies, no, I don't think it's a fun setting. But World War II isn't that bad of a setting for multiplayer, but this game just, there's no longevity to any of the Call of Duties, especially the ones that have come out recently. They put it like that so they can obviously get you to buy the game next year, but that's not the way they should have done it, because now they're running out of ideas and ways to innovate. They're drying up quick. People are starting to leave the franchise because the longevity is gone. People don't want to play the same game every year, when what they should have done is took 2 to 3 years on every Call of Duty and added more content through those 2 to 3 years while we were waiting on the next Call of Duty. But instead, they're so money hungry that they started releasing games every year, and therefore I think that's what's going to be the fall of Call of Duty, not the supply drop system, not a weak fan base, nothing like that. It's just that there have been so many Call of Duties. We're going to sit here and count them real quick from like the most, I guess you could say, popular. We'll start at just Modern Warfare. We'll start COD 4 Modern Warfare. After that was World at War. After World at War came Modern Warfare 2. That's 3. Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2. Ghost. Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3. Infinite Warfare, and then we have Call of Duty World War II. So if you guys weren't counting with me, that's 11 Call of Duties, and then obviously the past 11 years. And the numbers for Call of Duty are down, not because Call of Duty has been producing bad games, but it's because it's hard for them to innovate and create a new experience for the players every year while still keeping the core base of the game. It's hard to innovate in a game like Call of Duty because it's so linear. You have certain things that you've got to do. You know, every Call of Duty has to have, well, nowadays has to have fast action and fun guns to use. You can't have any slow tactic, strategic maneuvers. That's how this game is not structured to be. Sledgehammer Games released something talking about how they were trying to make the game more strategic by decreasing the sprint out time. If you guys don't know what the sprint out time is, it's from the time you're sprinting to the time it takes to pull your weapon up. They said a lot of people have been complaining about the sprint out time because it is very slow. If somebody's sitting on a head glitch and they have any kind of gun skill and they're just a decent player at all, they will melt you. If you're sprinting, you come around a corner sprinting, somebody's sitting on a head glitch, you have no chance to kill that person because the sprint out time is slower than it's been in any Call of Duty probably since, I don't know, COD 4 or something like that. I don't know the exact stats, but it's slower. I know that it's slower for a fact. Everybody can tell by playing the game. And Sledgehammer Games said they're not going to change it because that's how they want it to be. But what they don't understand is that the consumer is the one complaining about it. It's not like we're complaining about it. Your job as a person who produces a product for your consumers to buy is to make the consumer happy, and they're not going to fix that, and that's where they're messing up with this game. But the longevity of this game, of any Call of Duty, really just isn't there anymore. I don't think it was ever really there for me personally, because there's not. I mean, it's just very linear. They should they should start doing a 2 to 3 year cycle, adding like a fourth mode, adding something like PUBG has in it. Yeah, it would be a large game to download, but you would have like 3 to 4 games in one game for a 2 to 3 year cycle, and maybe bump the price up like $10. Now, I wouldn't necessarily be a fan of them bumping the price up, but that's just how they would probably have to do it if they added a fourth mode. They should do the 2 to 3 year cycle, add some sort of fourth mode. My idea for the fourth mode, look, Activision, just hire me, put me on the Infinity Ward side of things, because I can bring a lot of things to the table that I have ideas, but I don't know how to produce the ideas. So just hire me, and I'll work for Infinity Ward, and Infinity Ward make a comeback next year. But you add a fourth mode in that's similar to PUBG, or you could add a fourth mode in that's similar to something like Grand Theft Auto has, but not nothing that's like what's it called? Not nothing that's like it, like you're like not in a city or nothing like that. Not no kind of crime game or nothing like that. No kind of crime or nothing like that. But like a fourth mode where it's kind of a free open space where you can hang out with people. Like it's kind of like Headquarters, but expanded greatly, and you can do a lot more things. That would be a lot more fun for a lot of people, and also add a lot of longevity to the game. And also, I think it would increase sales. Maybe not drastically, but if you produce a game every 2 to 3 years instead of every year, your series of games is going to last longer. Say that they only would have produced a game every 2 years, they would only be on like their 5th game right now, and we'd be waiting for the 6th game to come out. But instead, they've produced 11 games that people didn't receive all that well. I mean, for the last Ghost, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and this game kind of got received well at first. Now people are kind of starting to fall off. It's dying off quickly. But there's 4 games in a row that could have been made so much better if they would have just waited 2 to 3 years. These games would not be coming out to like 2020 if they would have done that. Like this game that we're on right now probably wouldn't come out to like 2025 or something like that. I mean, you can innovate a game throughout the life cycle of it, the 2 to 3 year life cycle, instead of just producing a new game every single year. Add longevity to the franchise, make things a lot more fun for the player base, I guess you could say. Add something that's not so linear. Like multiplayer to me is a very linear thing to do. Like you go into a match, you know what you've got to do. You can either play objective or not play objective, just go for kills, do whatever. But it's very linear. At the end of the day, you're just trying to level up, or you're trying to earn supply drops to do whatever you want to do. You know, chase leaderboards, something like that. For a lot of people, there are a lot of different things they can do. But for the casual player, I'm trying to look at it from a casual player standpoint. Even the casual players get bored of this game, and they're on the game to have fun. They're not on the game to produce videos or to chase leaderboards or to do anything other than just have fun. And those guys aren't having fun, and that's the majority of the player base in Call of Duty, because I guess I think people are getting tired of the linear way that Call of Duty is. Now, I'm not necessarily tired of it. I'm just trying to look at it from a longevity standpoint, and I want this franchise to last a long time. I want to play this game, not necessarily this game, for like I wouldn't say the rest of my life, but I want to play when I'm up in like my high 20s, and still have a good produced game with a good fan base where I can actually find lobbies and have fun. I have fun playing Call of Duty. I always have, but people like the fan base just is not happy with the way Call of Duty is going right now. I would say, yeah, they received World War II quite well, but the longevity of this franchise, this is where Call of Duty messed up. They produce a game every year, every single year. That's my look on the matter. They produce a game every single year, and I think that will be the downfall of Call of Duty. Instead of waiting 2 to 3 years to produce a game, Grand Theft Auto works on their games for like 4 or 5 years. But Grand Theft Auto is a different style game as well. They couldn't wait 5 years to produce a new Call of Duty, but they could wait 2 years or 3 years. I wouldn't say 3 years, probably two at the most. Add a fourth mode in, keep your people happy with the fourth mode. That's the way I would look at it. That's what I would do if I was in Call of Duty's shoes. I would try to find some kind of fourth mode. There's campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and then there'd be like a fourth mode, some kind of like free world mode or something like that, where it's still Call of Duty, but you can do things outside of multiplayer, obviously, things that don't affect you in multiplayer. Like, I think there should be some kind of trading system in the game as well. So I've got the grease gun candy that you're seeing in this gameplay. Maybe somebody else wants that, then I want a variant they have. We could trade up. But that's just my personal outlook on it. But yeah, guys, Call of Duty messed up simply because they did not produce a game. They produce games every single year instead of a 2 to 3 year cycle. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Be sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are brand new to the channel. And do not forget to turn post notifications on so that you guys do not miss out on any of my future uploads or live streams. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
I can't use the grease gun.
Look at that, boy.
Oh my god, I just said whale to what she said.